It is Saturday night, August 22nd, 2022, and I am Jeremy Seeger, once again calling all of the night's action from the Camelot Ballroom in Overland Park, Kansas, just outside of Kansas City, Missouri, as Central States Wrestling presents Horsemen Country.
Jeremy Wyatt, you feel good about what went down this evening, do you? You say you have an enforcer, and that's how you're doing business from now on. Well, I'm going to show you how I do business. When August 27th, I team up with the Andersons. I bring Brock Anderson as my partner. And Double A, the enforcer, Arn Anderson, and we make Kansas City Horsemen Country.
Fans, that is how we got to this event tonight, Horsemen Country. But before we get underway, let's take a look at tonight's lineup. Of course, in the huge main event of the evening, sponsored by Kincaid-KC.com, we have a tag team battle as AEW star Brock Anderson and Ace Steel, along with professional wrestling legend and AEW star The Enforcer Arn Anderson, battle the DWF champion, the Monarch Jeremy Wyatt, and his enforcer, the Ice Pick Vic Capri. For the first time ever, a match 5 years in the making, the Mile High Magnum Draper, who is being sponsored tonight by Up Down Kansas City, locks horns with Moonshine Mantell, who will be accompanied to the ring by his manager, Greg Jovi. One half of the Howlett brothers tag team, Hoodie Howlett, will take on one half of the self-proclaimed world's most dangerous tag team, the Premier, and Campbell Myers, who will be accompanied to the ring by his manager, Roscoe Leech. The Quad-Fatha Camero Jackson will do battle with the big strong boy, Ethan Price. The second half of the Howletts, the wild card Anaya Howlett, who will be accompanied to the ring by Coach Frass, takes on the other half of the world's most dangerous tag team, self-proclaimed, of course, the Premier, S.K. Bishop, who will be accompanied to the ring by his manager, Roscoe Leech. The best pizza chef, Luigi Primo, will seek out a little bit of revenge tonight as he takes on the Connoisseur, Niles Plonk. The Beer City Bruiser will lock horns with the Raees, Arjun Singh. And kicking things off, a first-time meeting as the Black Diamond, Luke Langley, goes one-on-one with the general of the Bandana Brigade, Mike Outlaw. Let's get down to our ring announcer, the Space Cowboy, Jason Jones, to get things started.
Central States Wrestling, are you ready for Horsemen Country? Your first match is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, he weighed in at 197 pounds from Manhattan, Kansas, Black Diamond, Luke Langley.
No stranger to Central States Wrestling competition, the Black Diamond, Luke Langley, a very tenacious competitor, making his way down to the ring as he will be taking on Mike Outlaw in this, our first matchup here at Horsemen Country. Standing room only crowd here at the Camelot Ballroom as we are at the Fire Marshal's capacity here in Overland Park, Kansas.
Introducing his opponent, he weighed in at 222 pounds from St. Louis, Missouri. He is the general of the Bandana Brigade. Real name, no gimmick, Mike Outlaw.
Mike Outlaw coming off a defeat last month at our last show, Rise of an Outlaw. He challenged Jeremy Wyatt, our champion, the DWF champion, to a no time limit matchup. He was not able to capitalize on that and become the new DWF champion as Wyatt was able to put away Outlaw. Outlaw looking to get back into a winning category, back into the winning track here in Central States Wrestling. Outlaw representing Team Ambition out of St. Louis, Missouri, is definitely a crowd favorite here in Central States Wrestling. First bell of the evening in Horseman Country is officially underway. elbow tie up center of the ring. Both men jockeying for position as Outlaw takes Langley back into the corner. Referee looking for a clean break out of Outlaw. And we will get one. Black Diamond Luke Langley will do anything it takes to secure a win. As Mike Outlaw takes Langley again back into the corner, but a switch by Langley. Will we get a clean break out of Langley? We will not. Wild swing and a miss. Arm drag by Outlaw takes Langley down to the canvas. Langley back up to his feet, trying to take that arm of Outlaw. He manages to do so. Into an arm wringer. Langley going to work on the arm of Mike Outlaw. Outlaw with the reversal, rolls through, breaks free, and another arm drag. Keeps a hold of Langley's arm. Langley finding him right back in the position he found himself just a few seconds ago. Langley up to his feet. Has Outlaw in the ropes there. Referee calling for a break. Langley fires off a shot to the breadbasket of Outlaw and drives that elbow right into the base of the neck. Base of the skull of Mike Outlaw. Arm wringer by Langley. Irish whip. No reversal by Outlaw. Langley up and over. Nobody there. And another arm drag out of Mike Outlaw. And he is right back into the control of this matchup. Langley back up to the vertical base. Takes Outlaw back into the corner. Big swing and a miss again. And it's Outlaw with a big knife edge chop lighting up the chest of Luke Langley and a big right hand. Arm wringer by Outlaw. Irish whip. Reversal by Langley. Up and over goes Outlaw. Little razzle-dazzle. And a big drop kick. Textbook. That sends Langley down to the canvas. We've got a cover by Outlaw. Only good for a 1 count. Langley with the whip into the turnbuckle goes Outlaw. Langley charges in, caught the back of Outlaw's elbow. Outlaw now up to the top rope, but he is just shoved out by Luke Langley, and down to the floor of the Camelot Ballroom goes Mike Outlaw. As Langley now following up, brings Outlaw to his feet, and the middle of his back, of Outlaw's back, gets sent right into those steel guardrails, and back into the ring goes Outlaw. Langley trailing behind him. Langley setting up Outlaw for something here as he charges through and just drives the face of Mike Outlaw into the canvas. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover. 2 and no, 2 count only. This is the first time these gentlemen have ever met in the squared circle. Big night of firsts for CSW as later on this evening we've got the first ever meeting. A match 5 years in the making as the Mile High Magnum Dak Draper takes on Moonshine Mantell, who will be accompanied to the ring by his manager Greg Jovi. But that's a little later. First things first, Outlaw in a bad way here as Luke Langley is just going to work on that neck of the leader of the Bandana Brigade, Mike Outlaw. Langley just scraping those boots across the eyes of Outlaw. And now Langley just choking away, choking Mike Outlaw using that middle rope, as you can see right there. Langley taking full advantage of the referee's 5 count to break that hold. Langley a little slow to follow up as he catches a boot to the midsection and a big right hand and a knife edge chop courtesy of Mike Outlaw. Outlaw firing off shots, but he's cut off by that spin kick courtesy of Luke Langley, and now a neck breaker nicely done by Langley. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover. 2 and no, 2 count only. Rear chin lock applied by the Black Diamond as he looks to wear down Mike Outlaw. He's got it on tight, and he's in great ring positioning. Capacity crowd rallying around Mike Outlaw. Outlaw with a jawbreaker, breaks free out of that chin lock, hits the ropes, ducks a clothesline, catches a drop kick by Luke Langley. Nicely done by Langley. We got a cover. 2 count only. Langley with a handful of hair brings Mike Outlaw up, fires off a forearm shot that rocks the jaw of Mike Outlaw, sends him crashing into that middle rope there, middle turnbuckle, and now again Langley using that middle rope to choke away at Mike Outlaw. Knife edge chop echoing through the Camelot Ballroom. Mike Outlaw reverses though, fires off a series of knife edge chops of his own. Irish whip, no, reverse by Langley. Langley with an inverted atomic drop. And just driving the face of Mike Outlaw down into his leg, or into his thigh. 2 count only. Little frustration being shown by Luke Langley. Both of these men competing all over the Midwest, but showcasing their abilities here in Central States Wrestling this evening. As I said earlier, this is a first-time meeting between these two gentlemen. As Langley fires off a stiff forearm shot, Outlaw with a nice right hand. Both men now trading blows in the center of the ring. Who will get the best of it as Langley and Outlaw just firing off, exchanging forearm shots. Big knife edge chop by Outlaw and a forearm shot, another knife edge chop. Sets up for a big clothesline, but it's blocked, and a series of strikes by Luke Langley. Nicely done. Langley into the ropes. Outlaw, though, with a big block. Forearm strikes coming off those ropes. Changes the trajectory of this matchup. Cuts off that momentum that Langley was building there. Outlaw up to his feet, charges forward. Big knife edge chop. Into the corner face first goes Langley. And another corner, looks like Outlaw. No, Irish whip, reversal by Langley. Outlaw with a big clothesline, though, out of that corner. Outlaw bringing Langley up. Looks like we might have a reverse DDT coming up. No, reversal by Langley. Into the ropes goes Outlaw, ducks a clothesline. Springboard shoulder tackle by Mike Outlaw. That may do it. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover. 2 count only. Those 2 counts that Mike Outlaw has been getting are getting closer and closer to a 3 count each time. Outlaw on that apron. Looks like he might be going, I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be scaling up to the top rope. Langley is up to his feet now. He charges forward. Leapfrog off the top rope and a roll through by Outlaw. Roll through by Luke Langley. And driven into the turnbuckles goes Mike Outlaw. Langley with a full head of steam and a basement drop kick. Nicely done. That just obliterated Mike Outlaw. And this might be it for Mike Outlaw, as now Langley just stomping away at the foot. Brings Outlaw up to his feet. Backdrop driver by Luke Langley. We got a cover. No, I thought for sure that would be a 3 count, but no. Mike Outlaw digging down deep and kicking out with just milliseconds left to spare. The Black Diamond besides himself there, as I think he thought the referee's count was just a bit slow. I don't think that was the case, though. Langley signaling for the end, possibly setting up for his signature brainbuster. Front face lock. Yeah, I think we might be seeing a brainbuster out of if he can get Outlaw up. He might be going for that signature brainbuster of his. He's put away many opponents with it, but now just a series of kicks to the side of the head of Mike Outlaw. Front face lock. We've got a brainbuster attempt. No. Inside cradle. 2 and no. 2 count only. Outlaw up to his feet. Fires off a boot. Enziguri nicely done by Outlaw. Outlaw now cinches in, no snapmare by Langley, and a big super kick just rocks the jaw of Mike Outlaw. Brainbuster attempt, no, float over by Outlaw, into a stunner. We've got a cover by Outlaw. 3, that'll do it. A big victory for the general of the Bandana Brigade, Mike Outlaw, as he gets back into the winning column here in Central States Wrestling. Take nothing away from his opponent, Luke Langley, as this match was nearly won several times by the Black Diamond. He came up just short, though. Luke Langley not needing any help back to the locker room area by the referee. As there you see our winner, Mike Outlaw. Well done, Mr. Outlaw. Fans, coming up next, we have another great matchup in store for you as the Beer City Bruiser makes his return to Central States Wrestling as he takes on the Raees Arjun Singh along with his manager, or who will be accompanied by his manager, Roscoe Leech. And this our next matchup at Horsemen Country. Let's get back down to our ring announcer, the Space Cowboy, Jason Jones, for the introductions. India, the Raees Arjun Singh being accompanied to the ring by his manager, Roscoe Leech. Looking as fit as ever. He'll have his hands full tonight as he will be taking on the ever-popular Beer City Bruiser. And what is sure to be an interesting matchup. Complete clash of styles here between the two competitors. Weighing in tonight at 300 pounds, as you heard, he hails from the bar. I believe that bar is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The Beer City Bruiser. He's coming out to the ring with his favorite beverage. Last time we saw the Beer City Bruiser was at our last event, Rise of an Outlaw, which is available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Central States Wrestling. Be sure to head over there, check out all our videos, and subscribe to our channel to be notified of when we release our new and latest videos. Beer City Bruiser was unsuccessful in his matchup last month against the Connoisseur Niles Plonk. And the Raees Arjun Singh has been absent from CSW competition as he was back in India taking in the sights and traveling like an aristocrat could or should or does. Your referee for this matchup, Nick Chen. Beer City Bruiser having words for Roscoe Leech on the outside there. The Bruiser will have to have eyes in the back of his head as Roscoe Leech will interject himself into a matchup on behalf of his clients at any given moment. We got a bell and a leg pick attempt by Arjun Singh right out of the gates. Doesn't get him anywhere. Beer City Bruiser not looking for a wrestling match. He's looking for a fight. That is his forte. Collar up nose. Go behind by Arjun Singh. Singh trying with the waistlock takedown, not having any luck whatsoever. Swing and a miss by Singh. And a series of right hands just connecting with the jaw of the Raees. A big wind-up by the Bruiser, and now he's just biting the forehead of the Raees Arjun Singh. Singh charges in, catches a big slap right to the jaw as Beer City Bruiser goes back to talking with referee Nick Chen. Big takedown, back elbow, sends the Raees crashing down to the canvas, and out goes Arjun Singh to the outside. Reevaluate his game plan maybe with his manager there, Roscoe Leech. Beer City Bruiser giving chase. As I don't believe either Roscoe or Arjun Singh know that he's behind him. No, now they do. Was a big knife edge chop greeted Singh and a big overhand right courtesy of the Beer City Bruiser. Bruiser with another big knife edge chop. Beer City Bruiser right at home on that outside, fighting away. As he just lights up the chest of Arjun Singh, Singh grimacing in pain. Singh will want to get this match back into the ring where he could use his wrestling prowess. As Roscoe Leech, I don't know what he was hoping to accomplish there. Besides upsetting the Beer City Bruiser, the Bruiser looks like he's going to take care of Roscoe, but there you saw Arjun Singh sending the Beer City Bruiser into that steel post, now just ramming the Beer City Bruiser into those steel guardrails. That's all it took was to change the momentum of this matchup was a little interference by Roscoe Leech. I told you moments ago that Leech will take every opportunity he can to advance the careers of the men he represents. Roscoe now choking away. He got caught though. Referee able to tell Roscoe, get back in your corner. Roscoe better be careful. He's going to find himself ejected from the ringside area as Arjun Singh now going to work on the Beer City Bruiser. Singh using that middle rope to choke away at the big man. Singh going to the outside, fires off a big elbow right to the temple of the Bruiser. Make no mistake about it, not only is Arjun Singh a great wrestler, as he gets a 1 count, he's also got a very deep mean streak in him. As he hits the ropes, misses a kick, gets lit up with a chop that sends him down to the canvas, make that 2. And a 3rd chop sends Singh down to the canvas. Big side slam by the Beer City Bruiser plants Arjun Singh. Bruiser a little slow to follow up as he charges forward. Nobody home in the corner as he now hits the ropes and connects with a big clothesline. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover. 2 count only. As Singh able to kick out. Beer City Bruiser now going up to the middle rope. And a big splash from the middle rope, 300 pounds. That should do it. 2 and 3. No. 2 count only. Singh taking a beating in this match at the moment, but able to kick out and keep this match going as the Beer City Bruiser is awaiting Arjun Singh to get to his feet, measuring him for something, goozles him by the neck, and a big choke slam plants the Raees, and now now Roscoe Leech up on the apron. We've seen this before many times out of and a big right hand sends Roscoe Leech down to the apron. Right to the knee goes Arjun Singh. He hits the ropes and a knee strike to the temple. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover. 2 count only. I was going to say earlier in this matchup, I thought I saw the Beer City Bruiser favoring his knee. As Arjun Singh with another big knee strike. We've got a cover again. 2 and no. 2 count only for the 2nd time. Arjun Singh getting frustrated with the referee's count. But it's about as good as you're going to get. Roscoe Leech back up to his feet. Beer City Bruiser goozling the Raees again, but being distracted in a low blow by Singh. That'll ruin any man's day. And another knee strike right to the temple. And that's going to do it. It was the outside interference of Roscoe Leech that changed the trajectory of this matchup. And a series of knee strikes to the temple of the Beer City Bruiser, courtesy of that man, the Raees, Arjun Singh. That spelled certain doom for the Beer City Bruiser. A hard-fought victory for the Raees, Arjun Singh. That's lovely. Gotta wonder where this puts Singh in the rankings after this matchup. Have to see what the CSW Championship Committee determines. The fans coming up next. We have the big strong boy, Ethan Price, meeting up with the Quad-Fatha Camero Jackson in our next matchup here at Horsemen Country. Let's get down to the Space Cowboy, Jason Jones, for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next contest is set
big strong boy Ethan Price making his way down to the ringside area. He is not someone that the fans here at the Camelot Ballroom, fans of Central States Wrestling, really enjoy seeing, as he grates on each and every one of their nerves, I'm sure. But take nothing away from the big strong boy Ethan Price. He is a great competitor in the ring. Awfully full of himself, though. Big strong boy will have his hands full this evening as he takes on the Powerhouse, a member of Team Ambition hailing out of St. Louis, Missouri. This man, the Quad-Fatha Camero Jackson. Jackson, a insanely strong individual. And a definite fan favorite here in CSW. Ethan Price bailing out of the ring rather quickly. Someone in the crowd yelling at Ethan Price. I don't know if you caught that. You might be a big, strong boy, but that's a grown-ass man right there, referring to Camero Jackson. Big shove by Camero Jackson sends the big strong boy right out of the ring. I don't think he was expecting that, he being Ethan Price. I don't believe he was expecting that at all. Tie-up as the big strong boy is just shoved off unceremoniously by the Quad-Fatha Camero Jackson and back into an attempted collar and elbow tie-up. Go behind by Ethan Price. Price with that rear waist lock as Jackson using all of his strength to sling Ethan Price right off of him. Fans, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank our sponsors for the evening. Our biggest event to date, Horsemen Country. That'd be the I-70 Hot Tag Podcast. the official podcast of Horsemen Country. Bury the Hatchet here in Kansas City. Up, down KC and Kincaid. Want to thank you all for sponsoring, as well as the Warriors Academy. You can visit the Warriors Academy online at warriorsacademykc.com, and the law firm of Holnick, Stang, Garrigan, Levitt. You can visit them online at holnicklaw.com. But back to the matchup at hand here. Side headlock takedown attempt by Ethan Price, and he's just picked up all power by the Quad-Fatha. Big shoulder tackle takes Price down to the canvas. All power, great show of power by Camero Jackson. Be like hitting a brick wall, I imagine. Series of boots to the midsection, taking Camero Jackson into a seated position, courtesy of Ethan Price. Front face lock by Price as he brings Jackson towards the center of the ring. Jackson breaks free, fires off a huge knife edge chop that just crushes the chest of Ethan Price. Big scoop up, and Jackson plants Price up onto that top rope and fires off another big knife edge chop. By the look on Ethan Price's face, he did not like that one bit. Front face lock, possibly a superplex if he goes up to the top. Price struggling to break free. He is fighting, manages to do so, and goes right to the eyes of the Quad-Fatha Camero Jackson. That'll change the complexion of this matchup. Price from the top rope now comes off with a big bulldog. Nicely done by Price. We've got a cover. 2 count only. Ethan Price driving his knee right into the spine 2 times. And a big running boot that sends the Quad-Fatha crashing backwards. As now being choked on that middle rope is the Quad-Fatha Camero Jackson. Ethan Price, a cagey competitor, but he gets a knife edge chop for his efforts. Big scoop by the Quad-Fatha. Float over by Price, and a standing side kick to the midsection. Price into the ropes with a running boot. And it looks like he's going for a big, strong suplex, German suplex. But Camero Jackson breaks free. Back crack by Ethan Price. That'll do plenty of damage to the back of Camero Jackson. We've got a cover. 2 count only for Ethan Price. Price now with a rear chin lock. Cutting off the blood flow and oxygen supply to Camero Jackson. Slow down that blood flow and oxygen, and the muscles start giving a lot faster, start wearing down a lot faster. Another big knife edge chop though by Jackson rocks Ethan Price, but Ethan returns the favor with a kick to the midsection. Price into the ropes. Big back body drop by the Quad-Fatha. Sent Ethan Price soaring into the air and crashing down to the canvas. Both men back to the vertical base. And Jackson just rocking the chest of Price. Irish whip into the corner. Jackson follows through with a splash. Into the ropes goes Price. And a big power slam. Nicely done. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover. 2 count only. Very close to a 3. But Price digging down deep, using some of that big, strong fighting spirit to kick out with just milliseconds to spare. Camero Jackson has been on a roll here in CSW, racking up victory after victory. He had an impressive victory several shows ago against a member of the Grindhouse, Matt Fitchett. As Price now charging forward, gets caught in an STO and planted right in the ring. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover. 2 count only. Ethan Price currently in a bad way here as he just grasps a hold of that bottom rope. He's hanging on to that bottom rope for dear life. As I don't know how much more of this brute force, this blunt force trauma that he has been taking courtesy of the Quad-Fatha Camero Jackson he can take. As Jackson brings Price, tries to bring him up, but Price breaks free, and he's trying to get some space between he and the Quad-Fatha, calling for timeout. We all know there's no timeout in pro wrestling. Handful of hair brings Ethan Price up to his feet. He breaks free and fires off a thrust chop to the throat of Camero Jackson, and now just driving that knee into the jaw of Jackson. That sends Jackson down to his back. We've got a cover by Price. 2 count only. Price almost had a victory there, but Jackson was able to kick out. As you saw, now full mount by Ethan Price as he's just dropping bombs away. Rain down those blows, those right hands. Jackson was trying to block him, but a few of those shots got through, and a big clubbing forearm right across the broad shoulders of Jackson, courtesy of Price. Price with a front face lock now, as Jackson, all power, just throws Ethan Price off. Big clothesline attempt, but no, up and over the top rope it goes. The Quad-Fatha, Price into the ropes. Tope Suicida connects. As Price goes back into the ring. Price hitting the ropes again. A second Tope Suicida connects. That just thrusted Jackson back into that steel guardrail. And it looks like, will Price be going for another? No, big dive, but he's caught. Caught off that slingshot dive that he was going for, he being Ethan Price. Camero Jackson, what's he got in store for the big strong boy? Big suplex, high vertical suplex. Letting all that blood rush to the head of Ethan Price. Float over by Price, though, as he sends the Quad-Fatha right into that steel post head first. That changes everything about this matchup. And who you may or may not have thought was going to win. Moments ago, it would have been my guess that the Quad-Fatha was well on his way to a victory, but Ethan Price changing the complexion of this matchup in just a matter of seconds. Jackson back up to his feet, makes his way back into the ring, beats the referee's count. Big running leg strike. We've got a cover by Price. No, 2 count only, very close to a 3 count. About as close as you're going to get, and Ethan Price just can't believe it. That look of bewilderment on Ethan Price's face tells it all. Tells the whole story there. Price bringing Jackson back up to his feet. Fireman's carry attempt. Showing off a bit of his strength. Into the ropes goes Price. Caught up, almost another STO, but a roll through by Price. We've got a cover, 2 count only. Both men back up to their feet. Standing sidekick by Price. Price now back into the corner, charges forward. And a big clothesline finds its mark across the broad chest of Camero Jackson. In the ring, Price slipping. He catches it though. Jackson has a hold of Price and just throws him back into the corner, throws Price back into the corner. Price now, a huge lariat nearly decapitates the big strong boy Ethan Price. And a 3 count. That is the same lariat that secured a victory against the gunslinger Matt Fitchett for Camero Jackson. Back at our show in April, no turning back. And the Quad-Fatha Camero Jackson keeps moving forward with his winning ways here in CSW. That's got to put him close, if not to the top of the DWF Championship picture. A hard-fought victory for Camero Jackson, and again, I say this a lot, but take nothing away from Ethan Price, the big strong boy with a great showing here. Several times he came very, very close to beating the Quad-Fatha, but it was in the end the Camero Jackson with that huge lariat that locked down the victory for Jackson. Very excited to see what's in store for the Quad-Fatha Camero Jackson here in the coming months and CSW. But right now, fans, we have a huge matchup. 5 years in the making. Once very good friends, now they will be facing off for the first time ever. The Mile High Magnum will be going one-on-one against Moonshine Mantell, who will be accompanied to the ring by Greg Jovi. Let's get down to the Space Cowboy for the wrestler introductions.
Are you guys ready for this one? Because I know I am. Brother, the next match is more ready than me. Time. Hey, this is my time, brother. Ben Miller, you look different.
Looks like we're going to hear from Greg Jovi as always.
My name is Greg Jesus Jovi, and I have something on my mind, and I'm going to say it out loud just to see how it feels. For 5 long years, I've asked for this match. For 5 long years, I've demanded this match, and you know why? Because 5 years ago, there was a boom in this town, and at the height of it, at the top of it, were 2 names, a 1A and a 1B, Jack Draper and Moonshine Mantell. And Jack Draper is a terrific athlete. He's a tall drink of water, but if you ask me, we've had to work twice as hard for everything that Jack Draper has earned. And there's only one 1A, there's only one top dog, and everybody behind him is looking for scraps to eat, Daddy. And that man is Moonshine Mantell.
My apologies for referring to Greg as Jovi, or Jovi. It's Jovi. I apologize. One of these days I'll get that right. As Greg Jovi introduces the first competitor in this matchup, this man, Moonshine Mantell, an absolute beast in the ring. Since this match was announced, I have been thoroughly excited to call it. Looking forward to this matchup for weeks now. Moonshine Mantell at our last event, Rise of an Outlaw, victorious over the wild card Anaya Howlett. He looks to continue his winning ways here at Horsemen Country against the Mile High Magnum, Dak Draper. As we hear the familiar music of our next competitor in this matchup. That man, the Mile High Magnum, Dak Draper, a huge crowd favorite here in Central States Wrestling. Both of these men are ready for this matchup and have been If you follow us on our Facebook page at CSW Wrestling KC, you would have seen the comments both men sent in, video comments both men sent in, talking about this matchup and what it means to both of them. Both men were also on the official podcast of Horsemen Country, the I-70 Hot Tag, which you can follow their Facebook page at facebook.com/the I-70 Hot Tag. That's the letter I-70 Hot Tag. Both men were guests on the show leading up to Horsemen Country.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first to my left, being accompanied to the ring by Jovi. He is donning the Texas tights, weighing in at 240 pounds from Georgetown, Texas. Moonshine Mantell. And his opponent standing to my right, donning the blue and the gold. He's being sponsored by Up Down. Weighing in tonight at 250 pounds from the Rocky Mountains is the Mile High Magnum Draper.
It's go time for a match that has been 5 years in the making. The Mile High Magnum, Draper, Moonshine Mantell, and this, our next matchup at Horsemen Country. A highly anticipated matchup here for the CSW fans and wrestling fans in general. But it's hard to believe that these men have never met in the squared circle before. But leave it to Central States Wrestling to bring you. And I was saying, leave it to Central States Wrestling to bring you such an epic matchup. Draper already getting under the skin, playing the mind games with Moonshine Mantell. Mantell will be best to shut out the crowd in this matchup and focus solely on the task at hand, and that is securing a win against the Mile High Magnum, who has been on a tear as of late here in Central States Wrestling. Collar and elbow tie up center of the ring. Your referee for this matchup, CSW senior official Nick Chen, as both men jockeying for position. Draper was trying to take Mantell back into the corner. Mantell having other ideas, as referee Nick Chen looking for a clean break out of both men. We get it. Tie-up number 2. As it's Mantell powering Moonshine back. Mantell powering Dak back. I'm so excited about this matchup. I'm getting people confused. Will we get a clean break out of Mantell? We will. Both men showing each other a bit of respect early on in this matchup. These two men know each other like the backs of their hands, once training partners, roommates, and travel companions. And now obviously competitors, as both look to climb the championship rankings here in Central States Wrestling. A thumb to the eye by Moonshine Mantell, and the respect is now thrown out the window. A boot to the midsection by Mantell, and a huge clubbing forearm across the shoulder blades. Draper firing back with a series of shots of his own, but he's cut off by Mantell with a shot to the breadbasket, and then another shot across the shoulder blades. Mantell bringing Draper up to his feet. Standing side headlock as Draper using his strength to try to power out. Draper down to one knee as he makes his way back now up to the vertical base. Standing side headlock securely applied as Draper tried to shoot Mantell off the ropes, but Mantell holding on. Draper breaking free of that headlock, looking to go into a overhand wrist lock, but Mantell putting the brakes on that and goes right back into that standing side headlock. Mantell into the ropes, Draper drops down. Nice leapfrog, rear waist lock, roll up attempt, but Draper holds on to the ropes. Drop down by Mantell, leapfrog by Mantell, leapfrog by Draper. And a pick of the leg sends Mantell down to the canvas. Cartwheel into that knee drop. No, well scouted by Mantell. Mantell catches the back of Draper's elbow. Draper charging forward, great agility, comes off, catches a big drop kick courtesy of Moonshine Mantell. That bit of razzle-dazzle by the Mile High Magnum cost him. As now Draper has Jovi just screaming in his ear that he's not much. Telling him he sucks. And now Jovi with the opportunity to choke away at the Mile High Magnum. Draper fighting two men in this matchup, it seems, as is the case always with Moonshine Mantell and Grug Jovi. Mantell now choking away at Draper. Capacity crowd here at the Camelot Ballroom firmly behind Draper. As Moonshine just slinging the throat and the upper chest of Dak Draper into that bottom rope. Nice shot to the breadbasket, make that two, courtesy of Dak Draper. Draper firing away, just dropping bombs, rocking Moonshine Mantell. Mantell catches the boot, but he catches a right hand that sends him out of the ring. Him being Moonshine Mantell. Draper hitting the ropes. Looks like he might be going for a tope suicida. No, up and over, catches himself. Sweep of the leg by Mantell sends Draper crashing down to the apron. A very, very hard spot on the ring is that apron of the ring there. And now Mantell sending Draper crashing into the steel guardrails. And again, Draper being thrown unceremoniously into those guardrails there on the outside. Surprisingly, both men, as big as they are, they're going full tilt boogie in this matchup. Going at a pace that I did not expect, as Mantell just taking Draper on a tour of the guardrails here at the Camelot Ballroom. Draper in a bad way right now in this matchup as Mantell gets back into the ring, leaves Draper to be crawling back into the ring. Draper going to try to get to beat Nick Chen, our referee's count. He does not want to get counted out in this matchup. Seems obvious Moonshine Mantell will take any type of victory he can, as that would catapult him to the top, if not, or near the top, if not to the top of the championship, DWF Championship rankings here in CSW. Mantell back on the attack with a nice knee right to the arm and midsection of Draper. Mantell into the ropes. Big elbow drop right to the sternum. finds its mark. We got a cover. 2 count only. You saw Mantell driving that form of his right into the face of Moonshine Mantell, or I'm sorry, of Dak Draper. There I go again. I apologize to both competitors and you fans. Mantell was driving that forearm bone right into the face of Dak Draper, doing more damage during that pin attempt. Mantell with a boot to the breadbasket, and now just driving that knee into the chin of Dak Draper. Mantell taking full advantage of the referee's 5 count to dish out as much pain and punishment as he possibly can. Front face lock by Mantell. Looks like he's going for a suplex. Corkscrew suplex. Nicely done by Mantell. We've got a cover. 2 and no. 2 count only. Knowing both Dak Draper and Moonshine Mantell like I do, it's going to take a lot for either man to come out victorious in this matchup, as both of these men are tough as nails. Mantell charges forward, catches the boot of Draper, and fires off a right hand that takes the legs out from Dak Draper. Mantell firing off a shot to the midsection. Make that 2. Big clubbing forearms, a series to the back of Dak Draper, and a jawbreaker out of desperation by Draper. Buys him some time as he gets back up to his feet. Shine charges forward, up and over the top rope he goes. Draper turning around, seeing Mantell on the top rope. Boot to the midsection by Mantell. Mantell with a big slingshot shoulder block. He's got a cover. Good for 2. Rear chin lock tightly applied by Mantell. I can tell you that we have the air conditioning set as low as it'll go here in the Camelot Ballroom, but it's still hot due to the approximately 475 people that we've got in here. It's standing room only at the Camelot Ballroom in Overland Park, Kansas. We are out of chairs. As Mantell now wearing down Dak Draper with that rear chin lock. Crowd trying to rally behind Dak Draper. Draper fires off a shot to the breadbasket and the kidney, and another shot to the breadbasket. He breaks free. And Mantell cuts him off, cuts off that momentum with a shot to the breadbasket and a huge clubbing forearm to the shoulders. Mantell with a wheelbarrow slam. No. Draper floats over. Gets a 2 count. Draper slow to get to his feet. Mantell charges forward. A shove off by Draper, who skins the cat. Shoulder to the breadbasket of Mantell. Slingshot in. Pinning combination by Dak Draper. Good for a 2. Both men back up to their feet. A huge clothesline takes Mantell down to the canvas, and a boot greets Mantell as he's back up to his feet again. Nice drop kick by Dak Draper. And it looks like the pendulum of momentum has swung back into the favor of Dak Draper. Draper charges forward, tries to go for a little razzle-dazzle, loses his feet, comes off with a double axe handle. We've got a hook of the leg by Draper. 2 count only. As Mantell kicks out. Gonna take a lot more than that to beat Moonshine Mantell. Draper bringing Moonshine up to his feet. Fires up a big forearm shot to the middle of the back of Mantell. Looks like he's going for that Magnum KO. Jovi up on the ropes, has a hold of the foot of Moonshine Mantell. And into the referee goes Mantell. Magnum KO attempt, no. Big shot down the spine by Moonshine Mantell. Mantell scooping up Draper. Alabama slam attempt coming up. Draper fires out and gets out of that hold. Looks like a mile-high bomb attempt, but Mantell broke free. Both men now cross-body sends both men out of the ring and crashing down to the floor here at the Camelot Ballroom. Fatigue definitely set in on both competitors here as they have expended a ton of energy beating one another up. And Jovi with the ring announcer's bell. It looked like Draper caught him, but Jovi adjusted and caught Dak Draper with that timekeeper's bell. Mantell in the ring, trying to get referee Nick Chen up to his feet to count Dak Draper out. It would be a tragedy if this match ended on a countout due to interference by Greg Jovi. Capacity crowd here, sellout crowd at the Camelot Ballroom chanting for Dak Draper. Draper not moving much at all, breathing very heavily, as is Moonshine Mantell on the inside of the ring. Draper making it back into the ring with not a moment's to spare. Moonshine Mantell can't believe it. Mantell stalking Dak Draper as he has a hold of the head of Draper, brings him back up to his feet. Big forearm shot rocks the jaw of the mile-high Magnum, sends him back into the corner. Moonshine, full head of steam, charges forward with a huge meat hook clothesline. And a beautiful belly-to-belly suplex. We've got to cover 1, 2, no, Draper kicking out at 2. Mantell just trash-talking Dak Draper as he fires off a big forearm shot that rocks Draper back to the ropes. Whip off the ropes, no reversal by Draper. Tilt-a-whirl over the shoulder, float over by Mantell, who goes right into an armbar and a crossface. He's looking for the submission right here. He's got great ring positioning as he is as close to the center of the ring as you could get. He's looking for a tap-out victory as he just wrenches away on the neck and shoulder of Dak Draper. Draper trying to fight out. He rolls over. 2 and no, 2 count only. Draper nearly trapped Mantell in that pin. You could see Draper favoring that arm, the right arm, as Mantell now makes his way back up to his feet. He charges forward, catches a knee to the midsection for his efforts. And now a big boot sends Mantell down to the canvas. Jovi once again interfering in this matchup. Referee Nick Chen sees it though. Draper has a hold of the collar of Greg Jovi, and a huge right hand sends Jovi crashing down to the floor of the Camelot Ballroom, but a double axe handle takes Dak Draper down to the canvas. That's all Mantell needed, was a little bit of distraction as we have a front face lock and a snap suplex into the corner. The closer you get to the outside, the edge of this ring, the harder that ring gets. Mantell with a couple of rabbit shots to the back of Dak Draper. Front face lock. Another suplex in the corner. That time it had Draper landing in the turnbuckles as well. A brutal landing from that snap suplex courtesy of Moonshine Mantell. And he is firmly back in control of this matchup. It looks like he is going for a third snap suplex in that corner, but the legs of Draper just giving out. I think he is done. As Moonshine Mantell looking for another snap suplex into the third corner. Draper reversing, high vertical suplex with the float over. Draper hangs on, Mile High Bomb coming up. He hits it, Mile High Bomb, center of the ring, 2 and 3, no! Moonshine Mantell digging down deep and kicking out with milliseconds left to spare. The look of shock on Dak Draper's face told the story as Draper now rolls Mantell over. Setting up possibly for another Mile High Bomb. No, Mantell with a wheelbarrow slam. We've got a cover. 2 and 3. No, another very close finish to this matchup out of both competitors. Mantell taking umbrage with referee Nick Chen's counting ability. He was certain that was a 3 count. Standing room only crowd here at the Camelot Ballroom in Overland Park, Kansas, rallying behind the Mile High Magnum Dak Draper as both men are slow to get up to the vertical base. But both men manage to do so as Mantell fires off a kick to the breadbasket of Dak Draper. Now both men exchanging blows. Draper looking possibly to go up to the top rope, but Mantell holding on as Dak Draper fires off a shot. Now Moonshine with a series of shots, all connecting to various areas on Dak Draper's body. What does Mantell have in store here for the Mile High Magnum? Dak Draper, front face lock looking for a middle rope suplex. Both men fighting away. Draper getting the better of it at this moment. Headbutt by Draper. Mantell biting away at the forehead of the Mile High Magnum out of desperation. Both men teetering on those ropes. Mantell with a front face lock. Draper with a shot to the midsection. Face first to the canvas goes Mantell. Dak Draper perched, finding his balance on the top rope. High cross body block. We've got a cover. 2 and 3. That'll do it. The winner of this first ever meeting between Moonshine Mantell and the Mile High Magnum Dak Draper is that man, Dak Draper. And a fantastic matchup here at Horsemen Country in front of this capacity crowd at the Camelot Ballroom. Moonshine Mantell cannot believe it as Dak Draper standing there in the front row. This was the first time, I've said it several times, the first time both of these men have met. I can't imagine this will be the last time that these men will meet up in the squared circle, as Moonshine Mantell is not happy about this outcome. A hard-fought physical battle out of both of these men. A treat to the CSW fans here in attendance and to you watching on our YouTube channel. Fans, I don't know how we're going to top the action we just saw in this epic encounter, but we've got several more matches to go. And before we get to our next one, I'm going to take you right now to pre-recorded comments from the self-proclaimed world's most dangerous tag team, SK Bishop and Campbell Myers, the Premier, followed by comments, pre-recorded comments, from Hoodie and Anaya, the Howletts.
August 27th, Horsemen Country. It's right around the corner. And the saga continues at CSW with the Premier against the Howletts. This time the circumstances a little different. It's not a tag team match. We got Soup against Hoodie and myself against Anaya. Now I could sit here and go into detail about myself. I could talk about Anaya a little bit, but you know what? It just kind of comes down to this, Anaya. You can go ahead and get your hair braided. Make sure you look all nice and cute for your little fans out there, because it doesn't matter. Just like last time you went against the Premier, it's gonna be Premier up. And you got all these people talking saying, oh, outside interference, they're going to use tactics to get up on that.
Let me cut you off, dog, because that's something I'm tired of. I've been hearing it. I'm so sick and tired of this narrative that the Premier screwed Anaya at the last CSW show. The Premier didn't screw Anaya.
No.
Hell, Anaya didn't even screw Anaya. Hoodie screwed Anaya because he's a head case. And that seems to be a theme, wouldn't you say? Think back to the street fight. Oh, he's handcuffed. He can't help his brother out. Think back to the last CSW show. He acted up so much he couldn't be a professional for one goddamn night.
It's true.
And so what happened to Anaya? He left him out to dry. So Anaya, on Saturday at CSW, I'm going to do more for your career than Hoodie ever has when I put Hoodie in the dirt for good.
Premier up.
I'm gonna try to keep this PG because I know this is a kid's show and CSW's been in our DMs, in our emails telling us, give us a promo for August 27th. So here's our promo. Premier, there was a point in our careers where we would look at a couple guys like you and think that we pretty much had you figured out. A couple of young punks who like to talk on Twitter, not a lot of experience, but hey. After almost a decade of doing this together, it teaches you a lesson, that you can't always judge a book by its cover, and I'll get back to that in a second. I'm gonna let y'all know something about the Howletts that you might not know. The Howletts, to our detriment, we're not always concerned about wins and losses. The Howletts, to our detriment, sometimes are more concerned about who people are talking about when they leave the building, because a wise man once said, a man dies 2 deaths. Once when the air leaves his lungs, and twice when people stop saying his name. And make no mistake, after that little street fight that you two were so proud of your win, people were still talking about the Howletts. Now back to my first point, Premier. What I know of you two is that you're tough. What I know of you two is that people underestimate you. But most importantly, what I know about you two is that the weeks leading up to that street fight, the two of you were scared. The Howletts aren't scared. We have more street fights than the two of you could ever even imagine being in. We have more street fights ahead of us than the two of you have in your entire careers. So understand this, from now on, from this point forward, Premier versus Howletts, it can pop off in the locker room. It can pop off in the parking lot. It doesn't matter. CSW, you wanted your promo? Here's my promo. Here's a warning. Get your referees ready. Get your TV cameras ready, because as soon as the Howletts see the premiere, it's going down August 27th.
One half of the self-proclaimed world's most dangerous tag team, the Premier, SK Bishop, who will be accompanied by his manager Roscoe Leech, is set to battle against one half of the Howletts, the wild card Anaya Howlett, who will be accompanied to the ring by his manager Coach Frass, and this our next matchup at Horsemen Country. Let's get down to our ring announcer, the Space Cowboy Jason Jones, for the introductions. This is new. There's Roscoe Leech, the manager of the Premier, SK Bishop and Campbell Myers, along with their personal security. That man right there, we'll see him later on in action. That's Campbell Myers. He'll be taking on Hoodie Howlett later this evening. But it's his partner, that man, SK Bishop, will be going one-on-one right now with the wild card Anaya Howlett here at Horsemen Country. No love lost between the Premier and the Howletts. Going back to their amazing matchup at No Turning Back, which is available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Central States Wrestling. They had an amazing street fight that I thought for sure would end this rivalry between the Premier and the Howletts, but it has just gotten more and more explosive as the months have gone on. There is no end in sight to the Premier and the Howletts. Hatred for one another, I suppose. Anaya Howlett, accompanied by his brother Hoodie Howlett and their coach Frass Azab. They comprise, the three of them make up the tribe, and here we go right away, right into each other's faces are Anaya and SK Bishop. Coach Frass, of course, the owner of the Warriors Academy here in Kansas City. It's the only academy in Kansas City to offer Krav Maga, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, personal training, and a performance and nutritional specialist under one roof, giving you all the tools you need to excel. They are also a sponsor of this evening's show. You can find out more about them at warriorsacademykc.com. Coach Frass training full disclosure, Coach Frass training my 15-year-old son because their academy offers classes for all ages. But nonetheless, we've got a charge by Anaya Howlett as he is going right to work on SK Bishop into the corner with a big back elbow. And a third for good measure as he is now firing off right hands to the side of the face of SK Bishop. Anaya back into the corner again, charges forward, full head of steam as he just collides with SK Bishop. And right out of the gates, we are off to the races as Anaya Howlett full tilt boogie. 2 count only for the cover. Anaya giving chase to SK Bishop. The Premier and their security, Campbell Myers and his security want none of that. Bishop back into the ring. No, he went back out. Anaya stalking SK Bishop around the ringside area. Bishop back into the ring. Sends Anaya crashing into those guardrails. Tope suicida attempt, but it's cut off by a European uppercut courtesy of Anaya. Anaya living up to his moniker, the wild card, as he is just going to town on Bishop. And a neck breaker nicely done, using the ring apron for an impact point. Bishop will definitely be feeling that right now and for the next few days, I would imagine. But Bishop, as crafty as he is, sending Anaya face first into the middle turnbuckle, and now with a shoulder and a big right hand. Bishop now with a boot to the midsection and a European uppercut. And now just choking away at the wild card at Anaya Howlett. Anaya being greeted face first into the turnbuckle. Armringer by Bishop. Irish whip, no reversal by Anaya. Anaya charging forward, nobody there. Anaya charging forward again, this time with that European uppercut, running European uppercut, finding its mark. And Anaya going once again back into the corner, charges forward, full head of steam, this time nobody home, as SK Bishop able to get out of the way in the nick of time. Northern Light suplex with the pin, no float over by Bishop. into a senton. Nicely done. Nice combination. Now we've got a cover. 2 count only. I can certainly say that it'll take a lot more than that to put away Anaya Howlett. Bishop now with the boots to the head of Anaya. Irish whip. Into the corner goes Anaya. All impact. Bishop now choking away. You can see it right there, choking away at Anaya Howlett. Referee in there, and now you got to be careful on the outside for Roscoe, Leech, and Campbell Myers, but Coach Frass and Hoodie Howlett making sure no shenanigans are going on here in this matchup on the outside. As SK Bishop now back in the ring going to work on Anaya Howlett. Bishop driving that knee down into the upper back of Anaya, choking him on that middle rope. Referee all over Bishop. As Bishop just fires up a big boot, and now again choking Anaya. Big knife edge chop by Anaya Howlett. Both men now exchanging chops. Last month, Anaya was unsuccessful in a singles match against Moonshine Mantell, thanks to outside interference from the Premier. Hoodie was suspended for that show for, we got to go, 2 count, sorry about that. Hoodie was suspended that show from the prior show for putting his hands on a CSW official. Big clubbing blow by SK Bishop. Anaya with the forearm shot, make that 2, rocking Bishop back. And a third for good measure. Enziguri by SK Bishop, nicely done. Sends Anaya Howlett down to the canvas. We've got a cover by Bishop. 2 count only. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year that the Premier would be getting ceremoniously booed by the capacity crowd here at the Camelot Ballroom, I would have told you were crazy, as at that point, the Premier were definite fan favorites, and it was the Howletts who this capacity crowd could not stomach. But that dynamic has changed over the course of the last several months as Bishop charges in with a back elbow. Front face lock by Bishop. Nice suplex right in the center of the ring. We've got a cover. 2 count only. Bishop stomping away at Anaya Howlett. I will say this about the Premier: they have shown that they could go toe-to-toe with the Howletts, and each and every time that these teams have met up, whether it's singles matches or tag team matches. As Bishop now going to work, gets a clothesline blocked and is greeted with a huge right hand that rocks the jaw of Bishop. Anaya Howlett backing up, full head of steam. Nobody home as Bishop able to get out of the way. Up and over goes Anaya Howlett and charges forward with a double knee strike and a neck breaker, nicely done by Anaya Howlett. Wild card sends nice neck breaker by Anaya Howlett. Gets him a 2 count. SK Bishop digging down deep, able to kick out at the last second. Anaya measuring SK Bishop for something. Brings Bishop up to his feet. Fireman's carry. Float over by Bishop. 2 count only. Both men up to their feet. Big clothesline attempt. Back elbow by Anaya. That was all impact. Fireman's carry attempt number 2. What's Anaya Howlett have in store? Roscoe Leech up on the apron, distracting the referee and distracting Anaya. Anaya has his back turned on Bishop. I'm not sure that's so wise, but in this case, Anaya lucked out. Bishop, though, firing off a big forearm shot. Now Anaya returning the favor. Both men having the same ideas. And a big double boot. Both men again thinking the same things. And Campbell Myers taking off the turnbuckle pad there, exposing that metal turnbuckle, that steel turnbuckle. And now Hoodie Howlett, he's had enough. All hell is broken loose here at the ringside area. We've got a couple more of our referees out, and oh man, Campbell Myers just dumping Hoodie Howlett, his ribs right across those steel barricades. That doesn't bode well for Hoodie Howlett in his matchup against Campbell Myers later on this evening as Bishop goes up to the top rope. He gets a European uppercut. Front face lock by Anaya Howlett. Looks like he's going for a superplex. Yes, he is. Campbell Myers up on the ring apron. Referee being distracted is now Roscoe Leech up on the ring apron, and Campbell Myers coming into the ring. Roscoe Leech took off the top turnbuckle corner cushion there as Anaya Howlett struggles to get, and Anaya Howlett face first into that top turnbuckle, that exposed turnbuckle. Bishop now on the top rope, comes off with a big frog splash. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover. 1, 2, and 3. That'll do it. The winner of this matchup, SK Bishop, thanks in part to his partner, Campbell Myers, and their manager, Roscoe Leech. Campbell Myers now in the ring. Hoodie Howlett checking on his brother. His brother's Anaya's heading to the back, it appears. Likely seeking medical attention. Referee's getting these turnbuckle pads put back onto the top ropes. Hoodie Howlett in a great deal of pain from being dumped onto the ribs first onto the steel barricades, courtesy of Campbell Myers just a few minutes ago. And it looks like Campbell Myers wants this. Looks like this match is starting right now. I have this scheduled for a little bit later in the evening, but we're going with it right now. Hoodie Howlett and Campbell Myers here at Horsemen Country. Hoodie with a big back elbow takes Campbell down to the canvas. Hoodie on the outside with Premier Personal Security and SK Bishop. Bishop gets knocked off the ring apron for good measure. Hoodie's cooking up something as he hits the ropes. Tope Suicida connects, taking out all of the Premier and their security. That wasn't like a 747 coming in for a crash landing. That was like an Airbus. A C-130, if you will. Hoodie Howlett, a huge man to be hitting Tope Suicidas like that, but here we are. And the referee ejecting SK Bishop from ringside. We've got our referee, senior official Nick Chen and Stephen Kennedy out there. This is just madness at the moment. It looks like the referee's telling everybody to leave. Coach Frass, Premier Personal Security, Roscoe, Leech. It's left it down to Campbell Myers and Hoodie Howlett. Great call by the official. As Hoodie now up onto that middle rope. As he is just hammering away at the head of Campbell Myers. Campbell throwing Hoodie back a little bit, buying him some time, and into the turnbuckle goes Hoodie Howlett. He charges in again. Campbell able to get out of the way. Those ribs and a huge whip. Rib chest first. Those ribs of Hoodie Howlett already suffering some damage. And Campbell Myers going right back to work on him. Myers with a big clubbing forearm across the shoulders of Hoodie Howlett. Forearm shot. Hoodie slow to get back up to the vertical base. Big kick right across the sternum of Hoodie Howlett, courtesy of Campbell Myers. Myers now going to the eyes of Hoodie. Sellout standing room crowd only here at the Camelot Ballroom chanting Oscar Mayer. And Campbell Myers here getting under his skin as Hoodie fires off a big kick and a knife edge chop. But Myers right back to the attack of the sternum of Hoodie Howlett. Campbell Myers with a series of stomps. He's focused on that sternum of Hoodie Howlett. Myers now just toying with Hoodie Howlett. Not a very good idea. Myers into the ropes. Big hip toss and a leg drop. Nicely done by Hoodie Howlett. That'll buy him some time. Hoodie unable to capitalize though, as that sternum has got to be in a bad way. Both men taking their time. I don't even know that they're taking their time. They're struggling to get back up to their feet. Big right hand by Hoodie Howlett. Connects to the jaw of Campbell Myers. Myers fires back a shot of his own. Hoodie returns the favor. Both men back up to the vertical base. European uppercut by Myers sends Hoodie down to the canvas, but Hoodie back up pretty quickly as he fires off a big right hand. And now Myers with a series of forearms. Big clothesline attempt, but he catches a big right hand up by Hoodie Howlett. Thrust chop to the throat, an illegal shot as Myers goes into the ring. And a flying ace crusher by Hoodie Howlett just plants Campbell Myers right into the ring. Hoodie up to his feet, charges forward, back elbow. Hoodie again, full head of steam. Somersault splash into the corner. And we've got a cover, 2 count only. The street fight that I mentioned earlier between the Howletts and the Premier at our show No Turning Back in April saw the Premier victorious to the surprise of many. Choke slam attempt by Hoodie Howlett as Campbell just charged through and was greeted by the boot of Hoodie. Right hand by Campbell Myers finds its mark on Hoodie Howlett's chin. Once again, Myers going to the chest, the ribs area with that boot, and now the double stomp. I was saying that the Premier won that street fight, and their win-loss record against the Howletts in this feud, for lack of better terms, is the better of the teams. Makes you wonder if the Premier does indeed have the Howletts number. 450 attempt, but on his feet, he rolls through. It looks like he might have hurt his knee a little bit. We've got an inside cradle, 2 and 3. That'll do it. Campbell Myers clutching that upper knee, lower thigh, as Hoodie Howlett took full advantage of that missed 450 with that inside cradle. And here comes SK Bishop and Anaya Howlett. Here we go. This certainly isn't over. Are we going to get an impromptu tag team matchup here? I don't know that it would be so much a tag team matchup as it would just be a Pier 6 brawl. The Premier wisely backing out, though.
Listen!
Anaya Howlett with the microphone.
I'm sick and tired of this back and forth crap that the Premier and the Howletts are doing right now. I want to finish this right now. Next show, it's going to be the Premier versus the Howletts in a dog collar match.
Whoa. Anaya Howlett laying down the challenge. A dog collar match.
Hey, it's time for the Premier to face their fears and fear the Howletts.
You just heard it. The Howletts challenging the Premier to a tag team dog collar match. We'll see if the CSW matchmakers, namely Michael Strider, will okay that matchup, and if the Premier will accept it. There's Anaya, who was unsuccessful in his attempt to beat SK Bishop, his brother there, Hoodie. You just saw him victorious against Campbell Myers. Fans, coming up next, the best pizza chef, Luigi Primo, will be looking to get a slice of revenge out of the Connoisseur, Niles Plonkey, in this, our next matchup at Horsemen Country.
Ladies and gentlemen, your following contest has a 20-minute time limit and is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he weighed in tonight at 230 pounds. He hails from Napa Valley, California. He is the Connoisseur, Niles Plonk. I'm sorry, I've been informed
Connoisseur Niles Plonk squaring off against Luigi Primo, and this our next matchup at Horsemen Country. Luigi Primo breaking his hand a couple of weeks ago. We'll see how if that affects his performance here in this matchup. If I know Niles Plonk at all, he'll be targeting that hand, and wisely so. Who could blame him? Luigi Primo becoming the toast of the internet lately, as he has had some clips of his go viral just this weekend, as a matter of fact. Including an interview with Sports Illustrated at SI.com. It was the Connoisseur Niles Plonk and his steward Belvedere costing Luigi Primo a victory in a three-way matchup a couple of shows ago, as Niles Plonk immediately going to work while the back of Luigi Primo was turned to Niles. Big right hand by Plonk as he sends Primo into the ropes. Reversal by Primo. Primo into the ropes. Comes off with a cross body and a hook of the leg. One count only. Big scoop. Old school suplex. Shades of Bob Orton. Primo back into the ropes. Comes through. Nobody there as he's able to roll through. Plonk taking a breather on the outside. Luigi Primo, one of the most popular wrestlers here in CSW. CSW fans love Luigi Primo. Quite the opposite for Plonk there. As Primo now with Plonk, no, pick of the leg by Plonk brings Luigi to the outside, fires up a big shot to the side of the face of Luigi Primo. Now Plonk introducing Primo face first into the canvas. Plonk trying to quiet down the capacity crowd here in the Camelot Ballroom. He goes for a chop, but connects with that steel post as Luigi Primo gets out of the way. Primo with the forearm shot, but he hurts that right hand of his. Big knife edge chop by Primo. Primo may be fighting southpaw this evening due to the injury to that broken right hand. Knife edge chop echoing through the Camelot Ballroom. Primo catches a boot to the midsection. As now it's Niles Plonk. Wild swinging chop missed, but Primo connecting with one of his own. Primo tossing Plonk back into the ring. As Primo was slow to get back in, he's using that one hand to get back into the ring, and Plonk taking full advantage of that as he drives an elbow right to the crown of Primo's head, and now just stomping away at the sternum and chest of Luigi Primo. Referee, senior official Nick Chen administering the law here in this matchup. Primo calling for the grave stomp, but Plonk calling for the grave stomp. Primo getting out of the way. Plonk charges through, finds nobody in the corner as a sidestep by Primo and a kick to the back of the head. Primo back into the ring, showing nice agility there as he comes off. Nobody home. He looked like he tweaked that knee on the landing. That does not bode well for Luigi Primo. As now Plonk going to work on the left knee of Luigi Primo. And now just dropping blows down, connecting to the temple of Primo. Plonk going back to work on that knee of Luigi Primo. Now just dropping it down, onto the ring apron there. And a big elbow right across the top of the knee for good measure. Primo now in a bad way as Niles Plonk just grapebining that leg and torquing away, applying pressure to the ankle and the knee of Luigi Primo. Primo shrugs it, throws off Plonk and we've got a schoolboy. 2 count for Primo. Plonk back up with a chop block. He's just focused his attack on the legs of Luigi Primo. He's got a 2 count for his effort. Fans, I want to take a minute to invite you to join us online on our CSW social accounts. You can find us at Facebook at facebook.com/CSW Wrestling KC. Our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Central States Wrestling. The subscribe button is on the page that you're watching right now. Follow us on Instagram at CSW Wrestling KC and Twitter at CSW Wrestling KC. Keep up to date with all of the news and information you need with CSW. You can also visit our website at www.cswwrestlingkc.com. Now that that's out of the way, back to the match at hand as Niles Plonk in firm control of this matchup. Luigi looking worse for wear here. Nice fisherman suplex, 2 count only. Niles Plonk bringing 20 plus years of wrestling experience into this matchup, and he is displaying every bit of it right now as he just fires off a shot to the forehead of the downed Primo.
I'm sure he loves you very much.
I'm not sure that Niles Plonke's trainer, the late great Sonny Myers, would approve of his behavior in the ring. Sonny Myers, of course, a legend in the Central States Wrestling territory. And, like I said, the trainer of Niles Plonk. As Plonk just driving those elbows and now stomping at the back of Luigi Primo. Looks like Plonke's calling for the stomping of the grapes as he makes it up to the middle turnbuckle. And yes, there we go, stomping of the grapes. Spinning toe hold by Niles Plonk, but no, we've got some spinning pizza dough by Luigi Primo, and Niles Plonk none too happy about that. Shove off by Primo. Primo back up to his feet. You can see his legs are wobbly from the attack that he has suffered on them as he gets out of the way. Nice arm drag by Primo. And a big slap across the face with the pizza dough. Make that 2. And Primo building some momentum in this matchup as he just tosses that pizza dough to Plonk and a nice drop kick. Sends Plonk back into the corner. Primo charges forward with a spin heel kick. Now into the ropes. Another spin wheel kick. And the pendulum of momentum has swung back into the favor of Luigi Primo. We've got a hook of the leg and a cover. 2 count only. As Plonk able to kick out. You can see Primo grasping at his knee there. Primo will be looking to utilize his favorite move, the pizza cutter, to put this one away. It looks like he's setting up for it now. But Plonkey steps out, fires off a boot to the knee, and goes right back as he has picked that leg of Luigi Primo. Enziguri by Luigi Primo, and Niles Plonkey tied up into the ropes. Plonkey nowhere to go as Primo slow to capitalize. Primo makes his way up to his feet as he tosses that pizza dough. Niles Plonkey stuck in those ropes. Little pizza dough razzle-dazzle and the pizza dough into the face of Niles Plonkey. Now Primo dropping down the left hands to the head, the covered head of Niles Plonkey. And there's Arjun Singh, the Raees. He's had his issues with Luigi Primo as well. He picks the legs of Luigi Primo, who has not seen Arjun Singh. Singh bringing Primo up to his feet, front face lock. But there's the Beer City Bruiser. Bruiser grabs the handful of Singh's trunks. And Singh and the Beer City Bruiser going toe-to-toe at the ringside area. Bruiser getting the best of it. As he's telling Primo to get back into the ring. It was last month that Luigi Primo sent the Beer City Bruiser in to even things up against Arjun Singh. All four of these men have combined interests here as the crowd is chanting beer and pizza. Luigi Primo up on the top rope. Comes off, big cross body block from the top. 2 and 3, that'll do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner,
The winner of this matchup, Luigi Primo, as he gets a bit of revenge against the Connoisseur Niles Plonkey with help from the Beer City Bruiser. Beer City Bruiser having Luigi Primo's back, as always. I don't know that Niles Plonkey wants any part of these two men. As Arjun Singh, the Raees, smartly pulls Niles Plonkey out of the ring. Fans, we may have a new tag team on our hands here in Central States Wrestling. That being beer and pizza. It only makes sense. What goes better with pizza? Beer. And what goes better with beer? Pizza.
Who wants to see some beer and pizza time, y'all? Beer and pizza!
It looks like we've got a tag team formed. Beer and pizza. The Beer City Bruiser and Luigi Primo. I got to imagine the CSW matchmakers are watching this intently. We may see a tag team battle between Beer and Pizza and the Connoisseur Niles Plonkey and the Raees Arjun Singh. We shall see. Beer City Bruiser helping Luigi Primo there. His legs don't look very sturdy under him, but nonetheless, he is the winner of this matchup. And I'm pretty excited to see the tag team of Beer and Pizza compete in the CSW ring. Fans, we're going to take you to pre-recorded comments from one half of tonight's main event. Ace Steel, AEW star Brock Anderson, and professional wrestling legend and AEW star The Enforcer, Arn Anderson.
Central States Wrestling, August 27th. Ace Steel returns for his comeuppance to make things right. Best friends, Jeremy Wyatt, Vic Capri, I'm coming for your heads, and I'm not coming alone. Synonymous with tag team wrestling greatness is the Andersons, and I got Brock Anderson as my partner, and the only enforcer that matters in professional wrestling, Arn Anderson.
Vic and Jeremy, we've never met. We've never crossed paths. But I can tell you this, Saturday we're going to become awfully familiar with one another.
The ghost of Harley Race will be walking the halls. Now, do you think, with my knowledge of who he is, I didn't say was, is, how this man feels about him, how this man will feel about him? Brother, you ask for bad guys, you got the worst bad guys on the face of the earth.
Saturday, Central States Wrestling, Kansas City becomes Horsemen country.
Fans, it is all boiled down to this. DWF champion, the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, along with his enforcer and partner, the Ice Pick, Vic Capri, battle Ace Steel and his partner, AEW star Brock Anderson, who will be accompanied to the ring by professional wrestling legend and AEW star, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson, in this, the main event of Horseman Country. Let's get down to our ring announcer, the Space Cowboy, Jason Jones, for the introductions of our main event.
Are you ready for your main event of Horseman Country?
Out of one of the great American cities, Chicago, Illinois. He stands in tonight at 5'9", weighs in at approximately 220 pounds. He is the Monarch Jeremy Wyatt's newest enforcer, the Ice Pick Vic Capri. He is mad, bad, and dangerous to know. And he is ready to step into the ring tonight against Ace Steel and Brock Anderson. He is your current reigning and defending DWF champion, the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt, making his way to the ringside area. He has been the DWF champion for nearly 1 year. It'll be 1 year in September. He has taken on all challengers. Obviously tonight, it'll be tag team action as he and his enforcer, the Ice Pick Vic Capri, will battle against Ace Steel and Brock Anderson, who will be accompanied to the ring by the enforcer, Arn Anderson. And one of the biggest matchups to date here in Central States Wrestling. We now await the arrival of the opposing team, Ace Steel and Brock Anderson. Another native of Chicago, Illinois, a veteran of professional wrestling, Ace Steel, makes his way to the ringside area as we get the music queued up for his partner, Brock Anderson. And there he is, AEW star Brock Anderson. Not only can you see him wrestle here in Central States Wrestling, you can see him on AEW Dynamite, AEW Dark, and AEW Rampage. And we are being blessed by greatness right now as that man, the enforcer Arn Anderson, comes to the ringside area here at the Camelot Ballroom in Overland Park, Kansas. I could tell you the accolades of Arn Anderson, but I don't think we have enough time here. I'd be here till tomorrow. As we go to Jason Jones for the introductions.
The following contest is your main event of the evening, being sponsored by King K at the Oak Park Mall. This match is scheduled for one fall with a 16-minute time limit and is a tag team match. Introducing first, to my left, he weighed in at 210 pounds. From Chicago, Illinois, he is the Ice Pig, the Capri! And his tag team partner, he weighed in at 191 pounds. From Kansas City, Missouri, he is the current DWF Heavyweight Champion. He is the Monarch, Jovi And introducing their opponents, first weighing in at 211 pounds, from Chicago, Illinois, he is the second City Saint, Ace Steel! And introducing his tag team partner, weighing in at 220 pounds, from Charlotte, North Carolina, Brock Anderson! They're being accompanied to the ring by Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer, the Enforcer, AA, Arn Anderson!
Introductions are out of the way. It's go time. This challenge was made by Ace Steel immediately following our last show, Rise of an Outlaw. And it has just been building and building in anticipation with pro wrestling fans all throughout the Kansas City area. As we've got the bell, we're starting off with Ice Pick Vic Capri and Ace Steel, two Chicago natives who know each other very well. We've got a collar and elbow tie-up as both men now jockey for position. Like I said, these two men are no strangers to one another. Coming up in the Chicago wrestling scene, their paths have crossed numerous times. Collar and elbow tie-up again, side headlock by Steel. Steele wrenching away at that head of the ice pick Vic Capri. Capri shoots Ace off into the ropes. Ace with a big shoulder tackle takes Capri down to the canvas. Collar and elbow tie-up, standing side headlock by Steele, side headlock takedown, textbook right in the center of the ring, as Ace again going back to work on the head and neck of Capri. Both men making their way back up to the vertical base, as Ace takes a hold of Capri's arm. And now going to work. We got to tag into Brock Anderson. Anderson in. Fires off a boot to the shoulder of Capri. Anderson bringing Capri back up to his feet with an arm wringer. As he just torques away on the arm of Capri. Goes without saying that Anderson is a student of the game. Growing up in Anderson, you almost have to be. As a nice takedown to the canvas. You see Arn Anderson approving. As Anderson just stomps away at the elbow of the ice pick. Anderson tagging in, Steele tagging in Anderson as they just focus their attack on the arm of Capri. Snap there by Steele. As Steele just stomping away at that forearm. And now we will see a continuation of our main event of our last show, Rise of an Outlaw. Steele and the DWF champion, the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt. Collar and elbow tie-up. Wyatt with a side headlock takedown. And he just wrenches away now at the neck and head of Ace Steele. Ace Steele and Jeremy Wyatt, former members of the Foundation, a faction that ran roughshod over Kansas City Wrestling, Midwest Wrestling, for several years. They were close like brothers, but that is no longer the case, obviously, as Wyatt takes a hold of the head with a nice float over. Ace Steele with an alligator roll into a front face lock. Wyatt looking to break free, takes a hold of the arm of Steele. And a wrist lock as he torques away at the wrist and shoulder. Ace rolls through though, back up to his feet, picks the leg, and drops an elbow for good measure. Ace into the ropes and drives that knee right into the temple of the champion. We've got a cover, 1 count only. Front face lock by Steele as he tags in Anderson. Brock Anderson makes his way into the ring, fires off a big right hand to the ribs of Jeremy Wyatt. Snapmare out of the corner by Brock Anderson. Anderson just squeezing away with those legs as he rolls Wyatt over. 2 count only. Now reaching through a rear chin lock with those legs grapevine, but Wyatt immediately gets to the rope, and Anderson breaks immediately. Big boot by Anderson sends Wyatt over into the corner. Anderson brings Wyatt up to his feet and drives the knee into the midsection of Jeremy Wyatt. Snapmare as Anderson now into the ropes. Big elbow right across the collarbone of the champion. Jeremy Wyatt trying to get over to his partner, Vic Capri, but has no luck. Wyatt back up to his feet. He finds himself in a front facelock now. Anderson moving back, tagging in Ace Steel. Frequent tags by the team of Steel and Anderson. As Wyatt goes into the rope, drop toe hold, and an elbow drop by Steel. Nice tag team combination. We've got a cover. 1 count only. Steel with that rear chinlock applied snugly, now stomping away at the upper chest of Wyatt. And Ace firing off a shot, taking Vic Capri down. Big forearm shot sends Wyatt down to the canvas. Looks like Steel might have hurt his arm a little bit on that. Belly to back suplex, nicely done by Steel. That just planted Wyatt right in the center of the ring. We got a cover, 2 count only. Steel now driving those shoulders right into the stomach of Wyatt. And snapmare out of the corner goes Wyatt, courtesy of Ace Steel. Tag into Brock Anderson. Anderson making his way into the ring as he fires off a boot right to the sternum of the champion, Jeremy Wyatt. And now going right back to work on the arms of Wyatt. Stomping at the opposite arm. And the left ankle of Jeremy Wyatt. Little Garvin stomp action going on here. As Brock Anderson just stomping away at the joints of Jeremy Wyatt. Wyatt fires off a shot to the breadbasket to no avail. As he finds himself in the wrong corner at the moment. Tag into Ace Steel. Steel making his way in. Steel with a boot to the midsection. Ripping to the ropes goes Wyatt. Catches the back of Ace Steel's elbow. And Ace clutching at that right arm again as he just grapevines the head scissors of the champion. Wyatt looking to break free. Ace has got that head scissors on really tight as he just torques away now at the neck of Wyatt. Wyatt reaches the ropes though. Ace Steel taking till 3 to break the count as he drives a knee down into the temple of Wyatt and now boots away at that eye. The left eye, I believe. Might have been the right eye, I'm sorry. As we get a great shot there of Arn Anderson watching on the team he is managing this evening. Big elbow to the crown of the head of the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt. Sends him reeling back into the turnbuckles, into the corner. Big knife edge chop echoing through the Camelot Ballroom, courtesy of Ace Steel. Make that 2. Lighting the chest up of the Monarch like a Christmas tree. Steel just dishing out loads of punishment to Jeremy Wyatt here in this matchup. Saw Steel open up the chest, trap that arm and open up the full chest of Jeremy Wyatt. As he now taunts Vic Capri. Wyatt firing up a big right forearm. Wild swing and a miss. Nice tag by Jeremy Wyatt. That'll bring Vic Capri in. Irish whip reversal by Wyatt. Duck of the clothesline, and it's the legal man, Vic Capri, catching Ace Steel with a big clothesline. And now it's Ace Steel on the receiving end of some boots by Vic Capri. Capri now driving those elbows down into the lower neck of Ace Steel. Big right hand by Capri sends Steele into the ropes. And another big right hand just rocks Steele. The referee better be wary of Jeremy Wyatt there on the outside as Capri fires off a back elbow. And there you go, the champion taking advantage of the referee's back being turned. And now it's Wyatt stomping away at the sternum. Referee asking for the tag, and he got it, but now we've got a quick tag bringing Vic Capri back into the ring, who is just firing off shots. Ace Steele trying one out of desperation, but he gets one in return. And a big right hand by Steele. Both men just teeing off on one another at the moment. Whip into the ropes goes Steele. Back body drop attempt, no. Nice suplex by Steele. That might give him the momentum he needs to get over and make the tag into Brock Anderson, who is eagerly awaiting to get back into this matchup. Tag in by Steele. Here comes Anderson, full head of steam with the clothesline, and he just knocks Wyatt off the canvas. Anderson taking Vic Capri back into the corner and firing off a series of shoulder blocks to the midsection of the ice pick Vic Capri. And Anderson is all fired up here in this matchup. Possible Alabama slam coming up. No, back body drop. As Brock Anderson gives chase, whipping to the ropes goes Capri. But it's Jeremy Wyatt who puts any call off on that as he pulls Vic Capri out to the outside. And now this match is spilled out to the outside. Big scoop. Brock Anderson going head first into that steel post. He got trapped by Jeremy Wyatt and Vic Capri there. There's Arn Anderson making sure no more shenanigans going to go down with his son. I don't know that Jeremy Wyatt wants any part of the enforcer Arn Anderson. As Arn is doing a great job of keeping Jeremy Wyatt at bay. Wyatt throwing Brock back into the ring to an awaiting Vic Capri. Capri tying that arm up of Anderson's into that top rope. Boot to the midsection by Capri. As now it's Brock Anderson who finds himself in a dangerous neighborhood. Wyatt going to work on the shoulder of Anderson here. With a couple of big shoulder checks. And an arm wringer, quick tag to Vic Capri. Capri going up to the top rope. Make that the middle rope. Comes off with a double axe handle to that shoulder of Brock Anderson. It was Anderson and Steele who are making relatively quick tag-ins and outs. But now it's Capri and Wyatt who are utilizing the quick tag here in this matchup. Big right hand takes Anderson down to the canvas. Anderson finding himself in a bad way here as that ice pick just driving those elbows down into the shoulder of the young Brock Anderson. Capacity sellout crowd here at the Camelot Ballroom trying to rally behind Brock Anderson. As Capri with a kick right to that shoulder. Front face lock by Capri bringing Anderson back into the corner. We got a tag into Jeremy Wyatt. Russian leg sweep nicely down with a float over cover. 2 count only. Brock able to dig down deep and kick out. Following that Russian leg sweep, referee Stephen Kennedy right there. Checking on the well-being of Brock Anderson, seeing if he wants to throw in the towel, but he's an Anderson and that ain't gonna happen. Tag into Capri by Wyatt. And they're just focusing all of their efforts on that left arm and shoulder of Brock Anderson. Inside cradle by Anderson. 2 count only. Front face lock by Capri as they being Capri and Wyatt keep Anderson in their corner. Big blow again by the champion. And into the top turnbuckle goes that shoulder of Brock Anderson. Snapmare by Wyatt, who holds on to the arm. And now grapebining the arm and just driving down all of his weight onto that upper arm and shoulder of Brock Anderson, tagging to Vic Capri. And you can see Anderson favoring that left shoulder, left arm. Belly to belly. Anderson trying to get out of this predicament, finding himself possibly in a full Nelson. No, he fires off a couple of back elbows, breaks free. And a DDT, shades of his father. Brock Anderson with that picture-perfect DDT. And if he can get over to Ace Steel, that'll definitely change the complexion of this matchup as Brock Anderson desperately crawls over to his corner, as is Vic Capri. Tag into Wyatt as he charges in. Arn Anderson-esque spine buster from the sun. Brock Anderson. It doesn't get any better than that, fans. A picture-perfect DDT and a picture-perfect spine buster by Brock Anderson, and he is inches away from tagging in his partner Ace Steel. And he does so. Ace coming in, fires off a big clothesline, make that 2 that take Jeremy Wyatt down to the canvas, and a back elbow. Ace Steel on fire here as he sends the champions into the ropes. Big back body drop sends Jeremy Wyatt crashing down to the canvas. Vic Capri still feeling the effects of that beautiful DDT we saw him on the receiving end of, as Ace Steel drop kicking the champion there. And now Ace making his way up. Possibly, no, he gets cut off by Vic Capri. Capri with a few shots. Looks like he's going for a middle rope suplex, but Ace Steel with a headbutt taking Capri down to the canvas. And now it's Wyatt looking for a middle rope suplex. But Ace with another headbutt that takes the champion down to the canvas. And now Ace going up to the top rope. What's he have in store for Capri and Wyatt? A big shotgun drop kick from the top rope, taking both men down. Butterfly of the wings into a tiger driver. We've got a cover. 2 count only. I don't think Ace got all of the elevation he wanted on that tiger driver for maximum impact. Looks like he's going for it again, but Wyatt finds his way out. Tagging by Capri. Champion into the ropes, charges forward, drop toe hold onto that middle rope, and here comes Capri with a big knee strike right behind the left ear of Ace Steel. We've got a cover. 2 count only. Capri and Wyatt must be wondering what they have to do to put away either Ace Steel or Brock Anderson, as it looks like they're setting up for a spike pile driver. The same move. No, but Brock Anderson dumping Jeremy Wyatt off the top rope, and a back body drop by Ace Steel sends Vic Capri down to the canvas. Into the ropes goes Wyatt. Steel catching a boot to the face, as now Wyatt stomping out at the enforcer Arn Anderson. And a big left hand by the enforcer Arn Anderson rocks Jeremy Wyatt. Up and over and out of the ring goes Jeremy Wyatt, courtesy of Ace Steel. Slice spread number 2 attempt by Vic Capri. But Steel with a big shotgun drop kick sends Capri into the corner. Tag into Brock Anderson. And a spike pile driver by Anderson and Steel onto Capri. We've got a cover. 2 and 3. That'll do it. Your winners of this matchup, Ace Steel and Brock Anderson, along with their manager for the evening, the Enforcer Arn Anderson. What a main event we've had here this evening. Fans, we're going to leave the cameras rolling here, but I want to thank our sponsors one more time, the law firm of Holding Stay and Garrigan Levitt, Warriors Academy, Kansas City, the I-70 Hot Tag Podcast, Kincaid Arcade, Up Down Kansas City, and Bury the Hatchet. Fans, be sure to visit us on our social media accounts, Facebook.com/CSW Wrestling KC, Instagram at CSW Wrestling KC, Twitter at CSW Wrestling KC, and here on our YouTube channel, YouTube.com/Central States Wrestling. You can also visit us online at CSWWrestling.com.
You two jerks can hightail it on your mommies and cry. I want to say a special thank you to Kansas City, Central States Wrestling. Thank you. But more importantly, thank you to you people and the Enforcer Arn Anderson for gracing us with his presence. Horsemen country forever.
Fans, once again, visit us online at CSWWrestling.com. You'll be able to find out where and when Central States Wrestling is coming to a city near you. For Central States Wrestling, I am Jeremy Seeger. I want to thank you for watching our event. And thank you to everybody in attendance, the sellout crowd here at the Camelot Ballroom, our biggest crowd to date. Thank you all so very much and have a great night.